My salespeople paid for that Jimny and this warehouse, so I'm going to show you what went wrong with your last salesperson that you hired and how to fix it. The biggest mistake I see is that when most people hire salespeople, they think the hiring ends on their first day on the job. But I'm here to tell you, your hiring process doesn't really finish until you've onboarded them properly and they've taken ownership on the sales conversion rate. I'm going to call my salesperson right now, one of the very first ones that I hired. Let's see if he can recount how we onboarded him. Yeah, you got a sec?
Yeah, I've got a second.
When did we first hire you?
June 2022.
Okay, great. Can you recount your onboarding experience?
Yes. On day one, I turned up and met with Anna.
Yep.
And Anna had something for me called the Wolfpack Academy.
Yeah. And what was Wolfpack Academy?
That went for about a week. Like, there were hours of videos to watch on kind of, everything from morning huddles or morning meetings with the sales team, just to get me familiar with the culture and process, the sales process. Reviewing the script, reviewing sales calls. Like, I was there with a notepad and paper. Like, I was about to take the nap plan.
So basically panel beated you for the first, how long did it take?
First week. Like, I wasn't allowed to make a call for the first week.
Perfect.
Like, I just was reviewing, I was going through the Wolfpack Academy, and then I had a test and I had to, complete answers based on everything that I had reviewed.
And what were the three, do you remember the three phases we took you through? It was I go,
we go, you go. But that kind of started after the academy. So once I passed the test, Anna kind of ran me through a few calls where I watched her do a couple of calls. And then she watched me do a couple of calls. And I wasn't given the green tick until I made a sale.
And how long did that take?
I made a sale on day one.
Great.
Of being on the phones.
The biggest mistake we hear from our studio owners or for people that we work with who say they tried hiring salespeople and it didn't work. And we go, great, show us your induction schedule. Show us how you inducted that salesperson. And they've got nothing to show us. So it's not like hiring salespeople was the wrong thing. It's just that you didn't do it properly. So the first thing is what we call the three phases here is the I go, we go, you go phase. So here's how it works, right? So I remember I made the first 100 sales in my first studio before I even brought someone else on board to try and take these sales off me, because I was realizing that because I was going so well on sales, I needed to spend more time actually rolling over those members into full-time memberships. That was actually worth more to me than making another $100 sale. So I dragged Pip, who was one of my trainers, off the floor and got her to help me on how to make some sales. But I didn't just go, here's the script, good luck, all the best, and then whinge later on that it didn't work. What I did was I got Pip to sit down and fucking watch me make sales, right? The very first sales video recording I've got is a 27-minute video of me leaning back on my chair at the big studio that we had, running through the full script with a live caller and then selling that person on the phone. So I got Pip to watch me do sales, 3 or 4 sales on the day, okay? And then only after that happened did we actually move into this kind of we go where I did one, then she did one. I did one, she did one. But she was still under my care, under my supervision. We were just sitting next to each other at the desk, okay? And then only until she felt confident with that and she was making some sales next to me under supervision did I actually let her go and do some sales herself. But I still didn't give her full ownership of her KPI, of the KPI on sales just yet, until she was fully capable and she felt ready to go. We needed 2 green lights. She gave me her green light and I gave her my green light. And only until then did I give her ownership of the KPI, which is 40% conversion rate on paid leads. Now, the reason why we call this a boot camp, this typically takes somewhere between 7 to 30 days, depending on how good that person is on sales, okay? So for a start, if you're gonna hire people into sales, you've got to make sure that they've actually had experience before. When I say they've had experience doing sales, I don't mean they've worked at Bunnings or Officeworks. I mean they've actually worked with the script before. They've actually worked on the phones before. Or they've actually done some membership consulting sales, if we're talking about gyms and studios, Pilates, etc. Okay? So you gotta bring the right person in and take them through a boot camp. This could take 7 days, or it could take 30 days, depending. Now, typically if they haven't got it in 30 days, they're not the right person, they're out. And they knew that at the start because of the way that we set the expectations. So the whole point of this boot camp is to get them to the phase where you've panel beaten them enough with, here it's daily training, weekly training. So unless you can show me in your calendar where you're doing daily training and then weekly training with your salespeople, you can't tell me you tried and it didn't fucking work, okay? And then ultimately, you give them the ownership of the 40% KPI, and then you move into transformational leadership with that person. Now, I'm going to show you a document in a second, which runs through how we did this. It was actually a document that we went through side by side, and we ticked things off along the way. Roll in. I know you're gonna like this. So watch this. So this is the induction schedule, right? So firstly, name, start date. And look at this, first 2 weeks is boot camp. First 3 days, this is what's gonna happen. Then by day 3, you're gonna be doing a live sales call. Talks about on day 4 and 5, you're gonna shadow on an existing studio that we had, and then you're gonna shadow on multiple. By the end of week 2, you've got your own account to manage, own and grow, and all the training you need to be a rock star. And so it really sets out like what we expect over the next 2 weeks, and through that, I go, we go, you go. And we even had what happens on day 1, we do a welcome and desk tour, we administrative staff, we get your tax file declaration. Like, it's got everything, bro. Like, meet the team, shadow on calls, chat with me over lunch. Like, we onboard them on all the systems. Mate, you guys aren't doing that. Are you doing this? Like the script, Slack, email, calendar, lead alerts, Facebook, the diary, sales figure sheet, the intranet, the Wolfpack manual, which I'll show you in a second, our YouTube training channel. That's our old school kind of like where all the basically recordings of me doing sales. Introduction to the sales pyramid that we talked about, which I'll run through. Like shadowing. And then what happens in the afternoon? That's just on day 1, bruh. And then day 2 was this objection handling techniques, phone call role play, tonality. Come on. And then on the 3rd day, just more of the same. But that was an example of, don't tell me you've onboarded a salesperson unless you've done better than that. All right, I want to talk you through number 2. Okay, so from that onboarding, you've obviously been with us for a few years now. Do you remember how many sales you made, like how many membership sales you made?
North of 1,000.
And what was your best month?
130.
Perfect. Thanks, mate. The second big thing about making sure you're onboarding salespeople properly, and by the way, if you don't fucking onboard salespeople properly, what's going to happen is you're going to be leaving a lot of money on the table. A shit steer down the road that's no better than you, they're going to get busier than you because they've figured out how to do sales, okay? If you can't get yourself off sales, that means you're not actually working on the biggest money-making part of your business. It's important, but because as you're getting busier, your conversion rates are going to drop. Every time we see conversion rate drop at a studio, because the owner hasn't figured out how to onboard a salesperson, that becomes the handbrake in their business. So that's why what we're going through today is really important. Number 2, set them up to win, right? So unless you've got a fucking manual that you're taking your new salespeople through to show them the big 5 rules, not to be salesy, always follow the script, always hit the fresh leads first, spend 30 minutes each day, sales is a process, so follow it. What do you do when you make a sale? You do this, you do that. The non-negotiable times to call, there's 3 times by the way. Then there's a protocol, right, on how to actually sit down and do a call drive and nail the sales. And there's a follow-up sequence. With every follow-up, do these things. SMS like this. There's A's and B's, right? There's 2 different versions. C, final message. Call feedback, right? We want them to record 3 sales calls per day and send them. I used to review sales calls per day. If I wasn't in front of them, they still sent them to me every day. And then final tips, making sure that we really coach these people, these new salespeople, on how to be an absolute weapon in their role, remembering that it's in your best interest to make sure you set them up to win, okay? So they had scripts. They had 5 copies of scripts. They had all the objection handling frameworks. They had the training on how to do that. They had logins to some videos that we had to show them how to do all these things. And then I was always on call. Now, a lot of times we hear studio owners say, my new salesperson starts on Monday and they're only working for me to 2 days a week or 2 hours, 3 days a week. And I won't really give them a lead to call until like the end of next week because I'm not getting any leads at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would a salesperson stay with you, a good one, if you're not feeding them? What I can tell you about salespeople is they need to be selling. It's like once they've tasted blood. And also that's how they're getting paid. That's point 2 there. Like, set them up to win. Unless you've got a Wolfpack manual, we call it this Wolfpack manual, right? So the Wolfpack was the name of my sales team. Unless you've got a manual that you are taking people through as part of their onboarding process, you're not doing it properly yet, okay? So you've hired a salesperson and you've done this part properly, right? You've gone through an I go, we go, you go phase, and you've run a boot camp with this person to make sure that by the end of that boot camp, you've either given them 2 green lights, as in they've given you one and you've given them one as well, and you've handed off your KPI of 40% conversion rates to that person, or they're gone. Secondly, is along the way, you've set them up to win. We've talked about a manual, the scripts, objection handling frameworks, and any videos that you want them to reference. The good news with that is once you've got that collated, every time you need to hire a salesperson, that's already ready. You just give them access to it. Now, the third part is, this is where you raise the bar for these people and you really set the standard with your new salespeople, okay? Once you've got your head around instructors and trainers, salespeople are completely different animals, okay? So I'm going to run you through a set of standards that I use with my team, because if you don't have some standards for your salespeople, you can borrow mine, because I'm going to give you that as a free download underneath this video. You're welcome. Okay, here we go. This is what we used to give every new salesperson, this thing. On their first day, we'd have this printed out and they need to fill it out. So they put their name in there. I, Joe, am sticking to this Wolfpack standards because I want to win. I can't fail if I do this. This is how we're going to be well drilled as a team. Well drilled teams are champion teams. It may not be as fun, but there's also no fun in losing. So it was the full structure for a day and for a week, right? Massive Monday to fuck yeah Fridays. I'm in by 8:30 sharp, ready to go. Short sales huddle, like told them exactly how to win every single day, okay? Then Tuesdays is a different focus for the day. Wednesdays was a different focus. Fuck yeah Fridays was a different focus. Saturdays, Sundays, and success habits to set and exceed your targets. We literally wrote the instructions on how they can exceed their targets, which is exactly what you want as the business owner, to make sure that your salespeople are working for you. So then when you're at a barbecue on Saturday, you see 3 receipts come through of sales that you didn't have to make. That's the fucking holy grail, dude. Attitude, mindset, and behaviors of a pro. Look at this. Every time you get on a call, you're representing yourself and the studio, right? Fill out your stats every day. Just everything. Don't blame leads or clients. Take extreme ownership. You are in charge. You're everything, bro. And then they had to sign it. Okay, so that was our agreement. That was where we bonded as okay, then whenever I'm having conversations with these guys from a performance perspective, I can literally talk to them about the standards that I already onboarded them to, that they agreed to. Okay, so that's how you set strong standards with your salespeople. Hopefully by now you can see, by doing those 3 things, right? The I go, we go, you go, the boot camp at the start, by setting them up for success and then having strong standards that you onboard them onto as well, that's going to fix any issues that you've had in the past of incorrectly onboarding salespeople. And if you can't get your head around how to onboard salespeople and get them set up to win, you're never going to get out of this revenue trap that you might be feeling like you're in right now. When you think about it, growing the business that you're in right now is once you've figured out how to make sales, the next thing I want you to do is offload that responsibility to someone else. And yes, you fucking can. All you need to do is make sure you hire the right person and onboard them properly. Unless you've done these 3 things, that's your checklist. Unless you've done these 3 things, you haven't onboarded a salesperson properly, okay? I've given you some tools. It's going to be in the description down below. What I want from you is that you don't have to make sales anymore, but you know how to do them in case you have to go back in there because you fired the wrong salesperson, okay? Now, all of this is just part of our $1 million roadmap on how we take studios from doing 6 figures to 7 figures or more. And if you haven't watched that video yet, here it is up here. See you in the next video.